Hey Johnny and everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Michael Joyce. Um, this is a follow-up video for movies that make you cry. And I am a film nut, so I watch nearly everything that there is out there. And I'm also quite a softie. But I'm going to start off with I Am Sam. I know this is backwards. I can't figure out how to, in photo booth, switch the image. But everyone's probably seen it. Sean Penn, Michelle Pfeiffer. There's just something about father-daughter, father and son relationships, very sweet moments that make me very misty-eyed. So that one definitely pulls on my heartstrings a little bit. The next one is mountain climbing movie K2, The Ultimate High. Kind of a cheesy Coast slogan, but anyway, a very good buddy film to watch with your best friend. Oh man, I can't say enough good things about this movie, but definitely rent it if you haven't seen it. Third is Rudy. The story about a kid who finally gets his dream shot at playing football for Notre Dame. There's a moment in there towards the end that gets you definitely swiping your eyes for tears. But then there is Schindler's List, which has me choked up at several places, in particular the very end. Of course, when Oscar Schindler thinks that he could have done more, looks down at his fingers and sees that he has a gold ring or a Nazi pin that could have saved several other lives. That's really very potent, especially to me. And then of course Johnny mentioned this one, Life is Beautiful, Roberto Benigni. Again, World War II, Holocaust, very sad. And then I'm gonna go with one off the charts. This will show my romantic side. This is Somewhere in Time. Greatest hero, personal hero of mine, Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour, basically of finding your true love. And this one involves time travel, but it's not done in a very cliche way. So this is a very good movie, by the way. And any Superman fan is going to agree. Christopher Reeve is at his best. Another one that's kind of off the chart is this one right here called The Fog of War. One of the best documentary films I've ever seen, with Robert S. McNamara. Talks about his experiences during the war, Vietnam, in particular, his relationship with President Kennedy and the other presidents that he served with. But I mean, basically, it's just him going back and explaining why he did the things that he did, and of course, being so high up in power and making such very bold choices at the time. Inevitably, some lives were lost, and you can feel a little bit of the guilt that he feels in that. So that one really was very touching. There's also something about seeing an old man, or an older man, I should say, start crying that kind of gets to me, gets to my heart a little bit. And then there's Billy Elliot, one of the best films. I love it. It's probably one of my top 10 films of all time. A kid who passes up his father's dream of being a boxer and studying dance instead. And funny, very comical movie, but also it has the English accent that my ears just seem to love. And I don't know, but it does have, again, a father and son moment that leaves me very misty-eyed. And then second to last, River Phoenix, Martha Plimpton. There's a scene in there you may not remember Martha too much, but she was also in the Goonies. But her and River Phoenix have a very touching moment where they find each other. I mean, they're young kids in love, but River Phoenix's parents are wanted by the FBI, and they have to move away. So there's kind of like a detachment that has to go on there. But the movie's called Running on Empty, and it's probably popular way back in the day, but not so much now. But definitely worth picking up. And my 10th movie is one that I don't own, but I just saw in the theater with my girlfriend not too long ago. Angelina Jolie, The Changeling. I didn't think that I would get emotional over that movie, but what can you say? I'm a very sympathetic guy. Anyway, those are my 10, and if you hadn't seen any of these, I would suggest you use Netflix or go to your video store and pick it up. All right, guys, so long.